Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ken Beckford with the Hidden Colors Review. This review is of Hidden Colors, uh, the original documentary Hidden Colors by Tariq Nasheed. And this documentary, which came out in 2011, explains a lot of the history of the African people, the black people, uh, the history of the world before, or really uncut and basically expressing and explaining things that we may or may not be privy to. Things such as uh, the black rulers and the architectures within within Ethiopia, within what we now call Africa, which was um, prior to it being called Africa, we knew it as Al-Kabulan, as taught by Dr. Ben Yokanan. If I'm not, pardon me if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, but black historians who have been sharing this information in pockets of the world all over. This documentary pretty much has taken the step to present it on a broader scale, and especially with the advent of the internet now, we have the ability to reach the world uh, in a millisecond, right? Or as I would like to say, in a milliverse. Okay. Um, Again, Tariq Nasheed made this documentary in 2011, and it features Dr. Umar Johnson. It features uh, Phil Valentine. It features Dr. Shahzad Ali. Um, features Booker T. Coleman, aka Hayawata Khamenei, and a lot of these people I have been watching on various videos on the internet for some years now. So I knew that they had a lot of information that we need to know because, and I say we, me being a black person and persons of all races, but specifically the black race, because a lot of us don't really know ourselves, and because we don't know ourselves, we're actually causing more and more and more problems in our lives. And me personally, I've been able to achieve some things uh, in recent times in order to help myself be better than I was, and watching this video just recently helped me to see see how important it is for others to get this information, because it would do a lot in regards to the healing of the nation, right? The nation of the black people in terms of the nation of the world. Um, as we all know, as far as we can go back, we know that the human race originated in Africa. What we know as Africa, what was called Akabulan before it was called Africa, and from there, the inhabitants traveled throughout the world, um, and this is light years before 1492. Okay, there were great kings and and, and pharaohs or what have you, and male and female, and basically they there were cultures in not just in Egypt, which still where we could still see artifacts in forms of pyramid and the Sphinx and other uh, monumental creations, but what we don't know, well, I didn't really realize that they were like they are still castles in Ethiopia, and and I didn't really realize that we traveled across the seas, like the Ethiopian Sea, uh, which we now call the Atlantic Ocean, uh, had a current that actually allowed one to flow from Africa into South America, and then the earliest inhabitants of these lands in the Western Hemisphere, in Europe, in Asia, and so forth, even Antarctica and so forth, were of the African race. And so it goes into the establishment. It shows how we pretty much formulated culture and civilization throughout the world. And I can't. It's hard to really, explain whether or not we are better off or worse off. Maybe because I have not got all the information. You know what I mean? I'm still learning and growing. I could see where one would say, okay, we would be better off if slavery wasn't a part of life and a part of what, shaped and molded the people. But what I feel is this. It's today, the 14th of February in 2014, that we must go from here to a better place. And hating people of other races and things like that, like Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, who was also on the DVD, if I didn't mention her before, she mentioned that it's a waste of time to hate white people. It's a waste of time to be hating people. What we actually have to do is formulate methods and think tanks, masterminds with like-minded individuals in order to grow. And that's what I've been able to do with the companies, the people that I work with currently. And I believe that it's like when you take one step towards the greater good, you're actually guided further along the path, more further along the path than you probably might know. So I feel that, like, if I was to choose to go back into a life that I was living, that I would go 10 steps in the direction that I don't need to go in, without me even taking those steps. You know what I mean? It just gets worse. So what I'm asking you to do is get your hands on a copy, on an original copy, of Hidden Colors. I want you guys to watch it because it's one of the best films, the best documentaries that I've ever seen, in regards to information, and it's very well put together. The visuals, the message. It's very powerful. It's very enlightening. It will help us as a people, as a world, as a nation, learn more about how we got to where we are. Some wonderful stories about I'm gonna call Dr. Ben, right? Benjamin Banneker, about Mansa Musa, about the ancient times, the black popes that existed in the early days of Christianity, who were worshipped in Europe and in various places of the world. A lot of these things go unforeseen, and right now it's time for us to know what it is that we need to know so that we can be who we need to be, so that we can get to where we have to go. So again, I recommend Hidden Colors by Tariq Nasheed. I want you all to go and check that out. It's a very powerful film. I salute to the brother, Tariq Elite, I believe is his Instagram. I think I just started following him yesterday, and that's pretty much what it is. I have my think tank, and if you want to be a part of the community that I am, where we are building, and it's not about race, it's more or less about ethics, it's more or less about freedom, right? Not more or less, it's more about freedom, right? And allowing you to express yourself, have a platform for you to share what it is that you want to share with the world, whether it be about hidden colors or about non-hidden colors, so to speak. So freedom is the goal, ladies and gentlemen. Watch Hidden Colors. Click the link below. There's a link below this video. Click that link so that way you can find out how you can have a platform to share with others what it is you feel is beneficial to the world. I'm passionate about helping people get to health, wealth, and knowledge of self, health, wealth, and personal development. So click that link below if that's something that you would like to do as well.